guys. Alright, today we're outside yet again. I have terrible lighting, sorry. Well, it's actually great lighting, it's the sunlight, but it's not working with this telephone very well. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the importance of letting go and why it's so necessary. Why it's the shortcut, why it eases all suffering, why your attachment is the reason you don't have what you want. So again, like I said, we're going to talk about the good news, right? Well, the good news is everything is you pushed out. And one of the things that's more important when it comes to manifesting, perhaps the most important thing when it comes to manifesting that you guys are forgetting, is that God is both the giver and the gift. Everything that you desire was already given to you. It was given to you in your subconscious. So for people who are manifesting backwards, saying affirmations, trying to convince themselves, trying all this stuff, the oxymoron that it is in general to say you want to manifest something when everything has already been created. What you are learning how to do is pull these things out of the ethers using your vessel by commanding them into existence because you can, because you've discovered the power of yourself and you know that if you want it, you already have it within you or you wouldn't want it. Sorry, I've got a chipmunk on my other side looking for peanuts, so hold on a second, you guys, I gotta feed him. Come here, Mr. Shippy. I'm gonna leave you your peanut right there. You can have it. Alright, you guys. So, listen closely. The importance of letting go is very simple. You are trying to match a vibe of already having something. Okay? That's what you're after, is the importance of having something. If you have something, do you desire it? You don't, do you? You already have it. So by continuing to desire something, by fearing letting go, and by not letting yourself believe that you have it, and by sitting here and trying to convince yourself that you do, you are actually the reason you don't have something instantly. It's not matching the vibe. If I already have something, I don't desire it. It's that simple. I have let it go because I know it's mine. And since I know it's mine and I am trying to use my vessel, use my body to convince myself that I already have it, I should know better than to continue to desire something and not complete the circuit. I should know better, right? But I clearly didn't, okay? So that is the importance of letting go, because you are matching the vibe of somebody that already has it. This is biblical. You can have whatever you want so long as you can have it within yourself. If you are aware that you already have it, you can have it. So who must become aware? You. And you must behave accordingly, which means being attached to something and in the absence of it is not helping you at all. Trying to convince yourself you'll get there eventually, but what you're doing is prolonging the fact that you don't have something. Detachment is what causes it to happen right away, because you have to understand your subconscious is the only thing on display. This is the universe. This is your body. Okay? It's not so much a reflection as you are the reflection. That's the important part. Yes, it's a reflection of yourself. You are that thing. Okay? So I've said this plenty of times. But I give you the analogy. You see these seeds? Okay. If I see myself in the mirror, because my eyes work this way, if I see myself in the mirror, okay, and I desire these seeds, but I don't know that I have them, does it make sense to chase the reflection because it's not there and prolong my experience? Or does it make sense to remember that I exist outside of that? I have the seeds already, that God is speaking by means of desire. Okay, it is of the Father, meaning that it was already given. You see, these are laws. These are spiritual laws that control your universe. And if you are not using them, you are the reason you don't have anything. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a man. I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's a car. I don't care what it is. There is a point in which you must trust you have it and let it go because you know you have it. And what happens is, okay, this is what's going on in attachment. Sorry guys, I'm not wearing any makeup. I look pretty bad today. It's okay. The thing here, if you don't know you have something, you will behave afraid to let it go. You're afraid to let it go because you think, what if I can't have it? And that is the obstacle. That is the resistance that is causing you not to have that thing instantly. There's no excuse for you not having anything instantly if you detach from it. Most of you know this. You drop the importance of it. Like when you're trying to manifest a free cup of coffee, the reason it's so easy to manifest a free cup of coffee is because on some level, you know you can buy your own coffee, so it's not a big deal. It's easily obtainable, right? So when you say, I'm going to manifest this coffee and someone's going to buy me a free cup, I just know it, that's easy for you to believe. You've dropped the importance of it. You don't even think about it again. And lo and behold, that is why you get your free coffee instantly. The laws do not change just because you want something really bad. Okay? If you want something really bad, that just is all the more proof that you've already been given it. So behaving like you don't have it means you are their obstacle. You are the reason you don't have it. Does that make sense to you? Okay? A lot of the times we forget that we contain everything already within ourselves. Everything has already been created. You are embodying a specific point. That was my chipmunk. You are embodying a specific point, okay, of a timeline in which you are bringing the future event, which is the desire that God already gave you, and you're making it a past memory that already exists. That is your ultimate goal. That is it. That is all that you are doing. And that allows you to enter the space where you already have it, because you're making a future event the past event. And you must match the vibe. Abraham Hicks did not lie to you. That you can have whatever you want. If you match the vibe, you can have it, right? So the vibe, the most important vibe that you can embody is one of detachment, because you know you have something already. You see? It's very, very important, you guys, to understand that. Detachment is the easiest, fastest way to achieve anything in your life. Detachment. Detachment causes it to move, because what happens is your ego files it away in your subconscious. Your subconscious is like this big giant store warehouse that is on display everywhere, but because your eyes kind of work like a little flashlight inside this storehouse of infinite everything, you can only see but 10 feet in front of you, let's say, because of the light. Well, your eyeballs work that way. That doesn't mean that all the other things aren't there. It is your job to remember that God is speaking through desire, and then you complete the desire circuit by realizing, being grateful that you already have it, and then you stop wanting it. I don't understand why this is so hard. You stop wanting it. Why? Because you want it. That's why you let it go, so you can have it. It's common fucking sense. I don't understand why this is so hard. You know? I really don't. If I want it so bad, then who do I have to trust to have it? God. Because God already gave it to me, so I have to behave like I mean it. I'm my little chipmunk. Come here. Come here. Come here. Sorry, guys, I have a chipmunk to feed. You coming back? I got a lot of black flower sunflower seeds. These sunflower seeds look tasty. Anyway, guys, can you understand what I'm saying to you? If you are not matching the vibe of someone who already has it by not wanting it, then that's the reason you don't have it. It's that simple. And when you say, how do I let go? Well, you let it go because you know this is how you get it. Duh. Come on. Apply the law. Apply the law and you can have anything. If you do not apply these laws, you will never discover the power that is inherently yours. I am not grooming a bunch of masters so that they can depend on me. That's bullshit. I am pointing them towards their own power. I am making self-sufficient masters who walk the earth like they own it because they do. That is what I do. I am not trying to have you ask me to fish for you all the time. That means that if I were to do that, I would be giving my life as service to you all, but I wouldn't live mine. That doesn't make sense. You see, I am not a sacrificial lamb. No, I am a teacher who leads by example, who's trying to tell you how you can have anything you want. And this is it. You must learn to let go, detach, not attach to the experience so you can have it. It's the same exact thing when I tell you not to want something that doesn't want you. If it's a mirror of you, okay? And a lot of you get stuck in these communities, but the law of assumption says I can have it, so I want it. Okay, do you realize what a shit you're being to your own soul when you pursue someone who treats you like crap, but you want that? Okay, have you asked yourself why you want to be treated badly? That's the real problem. Because you see, you're getting what you want. You're treating yourself accordingly. And that is why they behave this way. I'm not saying you will eventually get that. You can wear somebody's resolve down through your little affirmations and bullshit, okay? But the real question is, how disrespectful and fucked up is that to the soul inside of you? And you're expecting a different result? They don't want you because you don't want you. It's a mirror. I'm not saying that you can't have someone that doesn't want you. In fact, you just gotta flip the script. It's the easiest thing in the world. By not wanting them, that's why they want you. Your desires exist outside of your body. Listen closely, because if you want to learn how to be the vortex, listen closely, okay? Your desires exist outside of your body. You are simply the vessel that translates the desire that was already given. This is why you let them go. You cannot hold on to it, because if you hold on to it, what you're telling God is, no, God, I don't want this right now. So when you continue to want something, you're telling God, no, I don't want this right now. And God's like, but I already gave it to you. You see the reasoning here? Okay? So you let it go because you know this is how you get it. Because as soon as you let it go, it gets filed into your subconscious. And what is your subconscious? Well, it's everything on display outside of you. So if you want to enter an experience, you treat it like you already have it. You make it a past memory. You make the future the past, and you make it a past memory. And then you behave and act accordingly to that. You do not behave as someone who doesn't have what they want. Which means, this is why you don't enable bullshit. A lot of people tell you to spiritually bypass your reality. And I'm like, no. No, see, you got to catch up with the present moment. Become aware of what you're doing to yourself so that it can explain what's being done to you. That's how it works. So by bypassing and going, la, 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 it's not happening. Really? Really? It's not happening? When you are the reason for it? The fastest way to fix anything is to fix yourself. That's the good news. That's the good news of everybody as you pushed out. The fastest way to get a love is to stop seeking it outside of yourself as if your life depends on it. I will never, ever, you hear me? Cry over someone. Because that person is me. I'm already them. I cannot lose them. You see? That is the oneness of God in action. And that's the reason no one leaves. They don't. No. Because they want this. I don't want that. I don't want anything in the external world. I have everything that I want. My spirit is full. It communicates via desire. I accept it as already given. I do not doubt. That is not my job. And I accept it as given, which means I stop wanting it immediately. And that is the reason it comes back to me. Because as soon as my desires exist outside of me, guess who gets to bring them to me? The rest of the world. I'm the source of it. I'm the vortex. I might as well behave like the vortex. Do you understand? See, I speak with conviction because I know what I'm talking about, because I use these laws every day to manifest everything in my life simply by paying attention to my desires, thanking God for already having them, and dropping them as if I don't want them anymore, because I know that they were already given. So, this talk is for you guys, all of you that are like so afraid to let go of that one thing. That one thing. I don't care whether it's a man, whether it's a job, whether it's a car, whether whatever. Let it go and put a little trust and stop acting like you still want it, because by doing this, you are the reason for the delay. In fact, that's how half these coaches make their money. I refuse to do that to you all. They tell you, oh, just start affirming and keep wanting what doesn't want you. That'll keep you there. And you'll pay them gobs of money to prolong. And meanwhile, you support them. And they're not telling you the shortcut that makes you self-sufficient. So you wasted your money. And you waste a lot of it because you want that one thing. And all that you've done, all that you had to do was let go. Let go. And then automatically your vessel puts it into your subconscious warehouse where it is recycled and it becomes the things that you see. So you literally enter the world by making images of them and understanding that you have them, by completing the circuit and understanding the desire was given. And those of you who do not know how to live in the end, that's what I was just describing. Hey, little bee. I was just describing that. How to truly live in the end. And that person that lives in the end does not still want their desire. They already know they have it. And as soon as you become that, as soon as you decide that, that's when you get whatever it is. If you forget that and you continue to want it and secretly want it, or if you lie to yourself and you go, I'm going to not want it because this is how I get it, but I'm really lying to myself. Subconscious still knows. You can't trick yourself. So you must develop the faith and the fortitude to go, heart, I know you want it because you already gave it to me. So I've heard you, and I'm gonna let you know that it's on its way. And let it go. And make a conscious effort to drop a desire. Drop it. Trust me. Trust me on this. All reality transurfing is done by watching the pendulum swing one way or another. And as soon as you drop the importance, this allows you to reality transurf from one reality to the next. Most of you are not aware that you're already doing this. So this is why I told you, I trained your brain. I said, listen, look for the little things that are out of place, because your brain won't shock you. Your brain, you're not yet ready to wish you were in Paris and blink and you're gonna be there, okay? I did that, not Paris. It was like a trip across the lake, but I literally teleported. And it was the biggest shock to my system. Like the biggest shock to my system, and I did not travel far. Okay? I was literally, here I was 1 minute, and the next minute I was there. And I had to reverse engineer that. Okay? And that's when I realized something very important. Okay? It was such a shock to my system to teleport that I realized how and why our brain does us the mercy of changing things instantly, but changing little things in there in your reality so that you can get used to being there and it doesn't look like you've moved. So it's a very unique way that your brain uses to time travel. And when you understand that, you will have a different understanding of how you make images and enter them, because you are the eternal vessel and everything here is temporary. It is for experience and experience alone. Your brain is even designed to only want something for a little while, and then you're going to want the bigger and better thing. Yeah. Like, you know, like say you wanted your first apartment, okay? And you have this first apartment, it's great, it's everything you wanted. Well, live there for several years and look how much it loses its luster, how much you want a bigger space all of a sudden. Now it needs to be upgraded. Same thing with your first car. It was the greatest thing in the world, and then it gets old, and now, you know, it's not so shiny anymore, okay? You're designed to want these things, so you should know better than to attach an eternal being, to attach to something that's supposed to come and go. When you have that ease of spirit and you're not trying to cling to things, okay, everything wants to cling to you. Listen. Your desires exist outside of you. The universe brings them to you. This is what it means to be the vortex. This is what it means. You have the capacity to be a living vortex. They're not just words that are channeled from some ether. They're coming from me. They're coming from people like me who have understood. And so that collective source, once you become it and you become aware that you're the vortex, you'll understand this better. But in the meantime, to get there, listen to me and practice detachment. Practice saying, if it's meant for me, it will come to me. If it's not, I get better. Because this is how it works. If it's not, I get better. Lose your fear of having better. You realize some of you do that, but I want my thing. I want this thing. I don't want better. Y'all do realize how insane you sound to me when you say stupid shit like this, right? I don't want to treat my soul better. You see, your enemy is not that person who is showing you how you are to yourself. How you treat yourself in an effort to gain someone else, that's your enemy. And it's only you. You are the only person who can do something about that. This is why I told you the order of operations. This is why I said, listen, you will never suffer a day in your life if you remember the order. You first, because you must know how to love and care for yourself. Because your ego is going to use this against you. Come hell or high water, it's going to use everything against you to test you to see whether or not you can still love your own reflection. And if you can't, or if you need to learn the lesson, like, oh, I was supposed to not let someone treat me as badly as I was treated in my childhood. I'm supposed to realize that this is not normal, that I'm supposed to change this trajectory, that the contrast was made on purpose so that I can use it to shine a light and change it and solve it, because it's not what happened, it's what I did about it that makes a difference in this world. And I need to start valuing that and caring about that. But you have to understand, if you are treating yourself badly in pursuit of someone else, then you are the only one to look to when you want to fix it. Okay? You're the only one. Second I stop wanting something, it wants me. Go figure. It's law. It's law. It's not even a mystery. It's not even a mystery. So please, in everything in life, practice detachment. Practice detachment. Because here's the thing. If it was already given to you, how is having doubt and fear and afraid to let go and afraid to stop wanting it because it means you're giving up, how is that helping you? And have you noticed that when you do give up, that's the reason they show up? And then you realize, oh my God, that's what Cindy meant? So either way, you're going to let go. Either way, you're going to let go. Are you going to do it the long, hard route while you suffer because you're afraid? Or are you going to do it the easy route that knows you're going to have it and that's why you get it? And then you start building that faith muscle, and then nobody can break that faith muscle. The reason no one can break mine, I've seen it in action. I've seen dead animals resurrect. I've seen people come back to life and health. Okay? I've seen things. I've seen the impossible. I've teleported, for God's sake. Teleported. Do you know what a shock that was to my system? I have done the impossible. And that's what made me realize that nothing is impossible. So my faith will not be shaken by someone who naysays. I laugh at them and I feel sorry for them, in fact, because they don't know this power. Okay? So if you're really going to build faith, learn detachment. Practice that. Now, I clearly have a chippy who is wanting to be fed. So I gotta go. Love you. But think about what I said. Think about what I said, you guys. Mr. Chippy, come here. Now, I don't know if I can turn the camera. Let me see. He's coming up. I won't make you watch Mr. Chippy. He'll come back. He's a little camera shy. Alright, you guys. Have a good one. Listen and think about what I'm saying. And remember, your shortcut to all manifestation is your detachment. It's proof of your faith, not lack of.